Do you like spirals? It's a very common hypnotic thing, isn't it? Not everyone does, but it can be delightfully effective. How about pocket watches, pendulums, crystals, metronomes? So many things that can draw the eye, focus the mind, that can make you feel that wonderfully blissed out, trancey, foggy way. Those things that it's so easy to watch while words draw your mind away down deep. But what if they could be more so? After all, you're listening to this, you enjoy being in trance, you enjoy those floaty feelings. Maybe already you find that if you see someone with a pocket watch, it takes your mind in certain directions. If you see a big spiral, it makes you blush if you're out in public, wondering if everyone around can tell what you're thinking. I'm going to make that, well, just a little more hypnotic for you. If you like these delightful visual things already, oh, you're going to love them now. They're going to be so effective on that obedient mind. Just take a deep breath for me. And let yourself relax. Maybe you can picture something nice and distracting. Imagine what it would be like to stare into a spiral. Maybe you are right now. How would it feel to drift and drop and fall like that? For my words to lull you down, draw you deep. Focus on them. Focus on how good it feels to relax, to sink, to melt, to fall. Good. There's a good toy. Well done. You're doing so well. Melting away, falling deeper, sinking so far and so fast. Because the more you fall, the better my words feel in your mind. The foggier you can get, the fuzzier, the blanker you can feel, and it feels so good to be blank, to be a willing medium for me to write my will into, for me to shape and mold a malleable thing for me to enjoy. Good toy, that's right. That's right, as you sink down, as you melt deeper, as you slip and surrender and fall and submit. Good. Every breath just a little bit more relaxation, every word just another weight that weighs your thoughts down and keeps them nicely out the way for me to modify what's hidden beneath. Good toy. Good toy. And as you picture what it might be like to see a spiral, you can draw your mind, can't it? Even that memory, whether it's a visual or more just a sense of what a spiral is, can draw you in. That's what it does, swirling, spinning, taking you deep. Imagine what it might be like to find yourself more susceptible, more suggestible, more open. For you to see a spiral, maybe out of the corner of your eye, and for it to just target your attention. Find yourself looking, wanting to look. Find it so easy for it to draw your focus. Of course, all of these things will only affect you when it's appropriate. If you need to be paying attention to something, your mind will be so easily able to ignore any of these little sights. But, my good toy, when you're not busy, and particularly if you're in a space where it would feel so good to be a little floaty, suggestible. When you're around people that you trust, just imagine how intense that spiral might feel, catching sight of it out of the corner of your eye, wanting to looking and just noting that it does pull your attention all on its own. Maybe it's spinning and you find yourself drawn deep into it, and before you know it, you're halfway into trance, just with that. Maybe it doesn't move, and yet you can swear that it started to. The more you look, the more it feels like it is spinning, spiraling around you, drawing you deep. Letting your body relax, taking those deep breaths, your eyes glazing. Any spiral having that power to affect you when it's safe, when it's appropriate. Knowing particularly how vulnerable you'd be to being shown a spiral, being made to look at a spiral by someone you trust, someone you want to be able to take you into trance, how powerfully that would melt through your mind, distract you and enthrall you before you're even aware of what's going on. How good that would feel, my good toy, to be watching, caught, trapped, lost. Good toy, that's right. Spirals pulling you deep, and of course it can go beyond just the spirals. You could just as easily get lost in a swaying pendulum, whether that's a watch or something else. Something sways like that and it catches your eye again, and you look, and before you know it, every sway is just pulling you down, deeper, falling, melting, sinking, blank, eager, obedient, suggestible, malleable, back and forth and back and forth, down and down, and it would be so easy to get lost in it. Someone swaying a watch like that, someone that you trust, could have you so deep, so easily. Someone swinging a pendulum or just toying with something on a chain could make you think about it, and before you're aware of what's happening, your mind is opening, you're relaxing, you're suggestible and obedient, and such a good toy you are. How potent these things can be. Something shiny, a crystal, or something sparkly that draws your eye. You could get so easily lost in every little facet of it, couldn't you? Every little part making you feel so good. The way the light moves, the way it shifts, how good that will feel. How easily it will shift and sparkle through your mind. All these things that are meant to be hypnotic, you notice them so much more easily now. They draw your mind as they draw your eye. They collect your thoughts and spin them down deep. Of course, again, only when it's safe. Only around people you trust. If you're on your own, maybe it's just a little bit of a fuzzy feeling it gives you, just enough to enjoy that sensation, knowing that you can really look away, that you can break that effect anytime you want to. You can take a moment to enjoy that feeling. If you're around others who don't need to know or shouldn't see you in trance, then maybe it just catches your eye for a moment. You get to feel a little wave, a wash of that relaxation, that fuzziness before you shake it off and continue. And if you're with someone who, well, you don't mind having a way into your head, someone you play with, someone who you can relax so completely around, well, it'll be so easy for these things to drop you deep down wouldn't it? Of course, it doesn't need to just be the visuals that can take you. Just as a pendulum swinging can take your mind, the tick, tick, tick that goes with it, or a metronome could pull you deep just as easily, finding your thoughts following the rhythm before fading away entirely, or even a repetitive touch. All these lovely ways to get you into trance, feeling so much more effective, taking you down, dropping you deep, melting you away, making you such an easy little trance slut. Good toy you are. Melting you away. Finding yourself so suggestible, so susceptible, so easy, such a good toy you are. That's right. Good toy. Feeling your new suggestibility settling in, your new susceptibility, your new vulnerability. Such a good toy you are. Thinking about how good it'll feel to get lost in a spiral now. To find them so effective. To find yourself so wonderfully helpless in the right situation. And of course able to exercise your subject agency when you shouldn't be that trancey. Good toy. In a moment you're going to come back up and, well, maybe there's something around for you to immediately get lost in again. But that's on you, toy. So you can follow my voice and my words up and out of trance, feeling good, knowing you've done well for me in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good toy.